We put power in words. The hate and the power we put in these words. These words are just words. A lot of people was defending Will Smith like, yeah, he's defending his wife's honor. So it's okay for him to then slap a comedian because he made some jokes about his wife. Money that we take and put into the foundation of Black Lives Matter is being used into their own pockets. The founders, the co-owners and stuff, the people at the very top. You donate money to certain causes and stuff, say the kid, all that other stuff. Your money doesn't go to that foundation, that organization. These social media platforms. I wouldn't be surprised if they scammers be on TikTok. They use, what is this, WhatsApp? WhatsApp is a whole thing for scammers to be on. I have a boyfriend speech is redundant at this point. You assume these presidents have so much control when it's really Congress. So regardless if it's a president like Donald Trump or Obama, we have the wrong idea when they come up in office. YouTube, it's your boy. Innuendo. If you don't get it, we innuendo. But if you with it, when it's finished, in the end, you win. Dough, man. Let's go. Look, back at it like a bad habit with another video for you guys. I was checking this video out. I'm at to actually re-record because I was kind of doing the most. But basically, this young guy, I've actually been watching his videos and a couple other videos and stuff, and I kind of want to give you guys a different perspective, so to speak, on like a lot of situations, and kind of like he's watching videos. I want to hear his opinion about certain clips and stuff, and kind of say my opinion about some of that stuff. And it's funny because his name is actually a different perspective, yeah. But yeah, let's get it in. It's a lot to unpack, so if you're new, go ahead and subscribe. If you like the video, then like the video. Let's get it in.
If we had a fight, how would you make it up to me? Contestant number 1.
Hey, how are you?
I missed you.
So I would gaslight you into you thinking you're the problem, and then I would abuse you emotionally till you get to a point where you only get satisfaction from me, and if I tell you you look good or anything like that, and then I would start slightly treating you better, so you think I'm changing.
Is he watching this on his phone? I might have to start doing that.
And then it would be this off and on until you're almost hooked for life, and I'm almost like a drug to you, where even when you're not around me and we break up, like you're yearning for me like nicotine. Oh, and if that doesn't work, I'd go to a movie.
If all else fails, a movie, okay.
Alright, who are you most attracted to?
The first one in the black jacket.
You said the first one in the black jacket, or did you say the guy behind him?
Can't make this up. This man just sat here with the straightest face, told this woman how he will manipulate her and gaslight her into believing exactly what it is that he wants her to believe. He will boost her up just to tear her down, to boost her up again. And who did she choose in the end?
Now I want to say super quick. Although like him saying that, you wouldn't think somebody would just flat out and say that, and somebody be like, oh, that's what I want. But a lot of times that's what they want. I mean, maybe not all of the above, but a lot of those crazy traits, they want that. I was talking to a young lady on the phone who I'm not interested or attracted to, but it's just funny when you talk to people, you interact with people, you get different interactions, different perspectives overall. And she was telling me how she likes somebody who's toxic, and you kind of talk with people on the phone and stuff, and I'm like, people kind of gonna snitch on themselves and tell you what's really going on. That's why we got to be mindful of what's really going on up in here. Like I'm being so serious. Excuse me, and really think about these kind of things. Also, too, I'm not 100% sure if the girl is a part of it, but this guy is on TikTok, and he does this kind of stuff all the time. He says the most crazy and outlandish things on purpose, and I watch a lot of his TikToks with the I don't know if it's the same person, I really can't remember, but quote unquote with his girl on TikTok, and they do a lot of stuff, and I'm like, this is interesting. It's very interesting because like I'm not sure if this is real, especially because it might be on TikTok. I don't know. This might be on. I don't know if this is on TikTok, but I don't know if this is real or staged. But I do know he does a lot of that stuff on purpose, and it's supposed to be funny. I can't say the craziest thing ever, and it's supposed to be hilarious. So keep that in mind. But yeah, that's pretty much what they want. They want somebody who's aggressive. Like they want a lot of stuff. That's why when they say talk about nice guys, they don't want a nice guy. No one wants a nice guy. They want a little bit of everything. They want you to be a nice guy in certain particular situations or areas, but overall, they want you to be able to stand up for yourself and be tough and be able to handle your business, handle yourself. And that's they don't really want a nice guy. They just don't want an a-hole who's abusive as well. So they kind of want somebody that meets the middle. That's why when people check off all the boxes and they got certain preferences, they're trying to find somebody who meet all of that. But most of the time, females will look over a nice guy and talk to the guy who's an a-hole, just because they fit more of those fun qualities that they're looking for versus the nice guy who is able to be that provider and actually take care of the person, and you can trust him. He's not really fun. He's boring. So we got to learn to not be boring, okay? Come on, Kings. Let's come on now.
This man just sat here with the straight. Women like when dudes be playing games like that. They eat that up. They love it. Maybe it's just the young girls, or maybe it's women that just have it wised up. Whatever the case may be, there's a plethora of women out there that will eat that type of attention up.
They will, and a lot of time, like I said, it's not even about you saying it. It's just that it's that mental thing. It's like, I don't want to say stroking an ego per se, but it kind of feeds something that they're looking for. It really does.
I'm about to reveal the common lies women are hardwired to tell you and what they really mean. Number one, he's just a friend. She knows he wants her, but she's friend zone him and only keeps him around and close to her for her benefit.
Yeah, that's just flat out. That's just flat out true. The thing is too, in a lot of situations, guys, we won't know things until we learn them per se, because no one's gonna, I mean, besides watching this video, no one's gonna flat out and tell you like certain stuff. You kind of just take things by a grain of salt, so you're not gonna sit there and think anything else of the situation. But we gotta definitely be careful. We gotta definitely be careful in these situations, because you never know what you're getting yourself into.
Facts, fellas. How many of us, and yes, I mean us, have been in positions with a woman where whenever you reach out to her, you don't hear from her. You call her, text her, even just trying to catch up with her to see how she's doing. You hear nothing. But when she's ready to reach out to you for whatever reason, you're there. You quickly respond. She's ready to hang out or pile onto you all her feelings and emotions, whatever the case may be.
Okay, and then we have to also think, it depends on how well you know the person. Now, as Kings, listen. If it's a person that we don't really know that much, they kind of be a dry conversation, whatever the case is, you kind of, it's not really, just keep moving forward. You don't even know the person to begin with. If they're not interested in you, then if they want you, they'll definitely let you know, like, hey, I want you. But as Kings, like, come on now, we got to stop acting like we're pressed or simping over young ladies. Like, we got to show, like, it's one thing, like, you flirt with a girl, you kind of show her a little bit of attention, but it's to a point where you got to let them just do their own thing, and they'll see you, like, even if you, like, you go your whole day, you work with them, whatever the case is, and if you don't say hi to them, you just kind of just do your job, you're not really, like, entertaining them. Sometimes they might walk up to you like, hey, how you doing? You doing okay? Like, they'll check on you. I've had that happen. I've had that happen before. And it was very different, because they was kind of like confused, because normally you just go up to them, you show them that attention and stuff. That was you kind of just do your own thing, and they been looking like, oh, that's different. Let me go see what's going on with him. All else fail, you both just don't say hi to each other, and that's just the gist of it. But yeah,
your friend zone.
And in the friend zone situation too, we can get ourselves out of the friend zone. But it just depends on how deep you are in the friend zone. Not everybody escapes it, but you gotta understand, they put you in the friend zone because they're trying to hold you there, because they feel like you'll stay there because you'll do whatever they want you to do, and you'll treat them right, and they know that you like them, so they be like, you know what? I'm getting all these, they call it wife benefits or whatever the case is, where you're just kind of like, you're treating them like the queen that they are, which is, you want to treat females like queens, yes, but not to the extent of you going overboard for someone who's not even going to care or show you the time of day and not even reciprocate those same feelings and emotions. And like I said, it depends on how long you know the person too. If you know somebody like for a really long time and they're not really like texting and stuff like that, then it definitely makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. But I mean, it is what it is. You could check on a person here and there, but don't act like you're pressed. Just be careful with that.
Oh my God, and she knows you want her. She knows. That's why she's using and abusing and absorbing all your good energy and good vibes. Stop the simp.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Hashtag stop simping.
I'm not crazy. Here's a fact. Only crazy people say this.
I got somebody to show this video to today because she thinks she ain't crazy. Only crazy people say that.
Number 3. I really like you, but as a friend. It almost always means that she's trying to reject you politely.
Facts.
Number 4.
I only like you as a friend. It depend most of the time when I interact with females, or if I'm trying to get with a female, I only heard that once, but it was kind of a gamble because I was kind of just like trying to see if she was trying to do something, like trying to have sexual intercourse, and I was like, okay, I just test my luck. If she didn't see me that way or whatever, always as a friend. It's like, you know what, respect, that's fine. And I left it alone, and I didn't pursue that kind of situation anyway. But I've never heard that phrase before, but I know it could be kind of interpreted differently. But since I've been kind of trying to interact with females and stuff, for the most part, we interact. I say I'm interested. It either goes somewhere or it doesn't. But I haven't had too many people like act like it's not going to go anywhere, or they only see me as a friend. So yeah, it really just depends. I did have a young lady who, this might be the second person. I told her I was interested in her or whatever, so the ball was kind of in her court. She didn't really do nothing, so that is what it is. I mean, but I realized, like, I told her, females know when you like them, so that's the thing. And she kind of knew, but my thing is, like, you sit there and they complain, or like, there's no good men out here, or whatever the case, and then they go, oh, I'm a good guy. Why not pick me? They point away. That's not how it works. It's not how it works at all. And you might put yourself out there, but that's not how it works. They don't want you. If they wanted you, they would have got you. So that's the thing too. So it is what it is. But I don't stress over it. I sit there and think about that kind of stuff. Like, you know what? If they wanted to be with you, they wanted to be with you. If not, then they don't. It's neither here nor there. You just continue to keep moving on the path that you're moving in. But yeah, I mean, they make their own choices, you make your own choices, but as kings, like, we can't keep dwelling on it. Like, you got to keep moving. If you keep moving and you come back to the person, it's different than sticking on that one person and acting too pressed.
Nothing's wrong. I'm fine. Literally almost never true. Number 5, you're the best I've ever.
I've heard that a kabillion times. You don't know how many times I've heard females say, I'm fine. I'm fine. And they don't be fine. Yet they're supposed to be the communicators, and guys don't communicate. And yet, you know how many times I've been in a situation where I'm like, females not communicating, they just don't say anything, or they gradually make decisions before communicating, bro. That does, bro, it's crazy.
Ever had. She's trying to stroke your ego to make sure that you stay confident in the bedroom. Sorry, I didn't see your text. She did. She just purposely ignored you.
Facts. Biggest facts ever.
She did. She just purposely ignored you. Stay confident in the bedroom. Sorry, I didn't see your text. She did. She just purposely ignored you.
Okay, and in that aspect, it does depend on the person as well, but 9 times out of 10, that is correct, usually. Because especially for most, now don't get me wrong, like, I've been in situations where, like, I've been busy and haven't seen somebody text, but it depends on the time frame. Sometimes now, and I will give them the benefit of the doubt to a degree, sometimes they see your text, they forget to respond, or they just decide not to respond, but it depends on what you're saying to the person. It really depends. If, let's say it's just a coworker, regardless if it's a female or not. Let's say it's a coworker and it's texting work related, something that's important, and it's not just, hey, do you want to hang out Saturday night kind of thing. Like, it's important. It could be to the degree where it's like, oh, they seen it but they didn't respond. That don't mean anything weird or anything like that. They just, like, life can be busy. There's plenty of times I look at a text, and that's why I had to take off my read messages off, because people be acting like, oh, I read their message and left them on read. It's like, no, I really, like, I look at a message on my phone, especially if I'm recording a video, and I'd be like, and I put it back down because I'm about to text in a sec, and then I forget the text and look at it like, oh snap, I forgot the text. So it happens, don't get me wrong, but it depends on the situation and how long it's been. Like if it's been a couple of days, it depends on what you text her and stuff like that. So, but most of the time they'll look at your text and they be like, oh, look at this, and they want to see how long keep you on there before they and if they're interested, they'll text back. If not, they leave you on red or whatever the case is. And you know what? Depending on the dynamic, you guys just got to do the same. Let her be in a situation where she hits you up. If you can get that far, and you leave her on red. We gotta. I'm not saying technically go tit for tat, but we gotta kind of like do stuff that kind of shows like, hey, no, I could do that too. You want to play those two? And it'll actually open up a little bit to her to look like, oh, he didn't respond back. He just kind of like, oh, that's interesting. Like, that's real stuff. It's real stuff. I'm being so serious. So you got to think about that.